Chosen one. Wait for a moment. Something shifted tonight in a way your future partner never expected. They thought they understood their emotions. They believed they could stay calm, logical, untouchable. But then, your energy entered their thoughts again, and suddenly, nothing inside them felt stable anymore. There is a reason you found this message now. Not yesterday, not next week now. Because somewhere in the silence of this exact moment, a realization is unfolding inside the person who is meant to cross paths with you in a powerful way. And what they are realizing is changing the rhythm of their entire world. They are beginning to understand that you are not temporary. Type 444 in the comments right now if something in you already recognized this message before you could explain why. 444 means you are protected. It means this moment is not random. It means what is moving toward you is already being held by something greater than coincidence. Type it now, and stay with this. Listen carefully. For a long time, this person moved through life, pretending they were satisfied with shallow connections, quick conversations, emotion without depth, attention without meaning. They became skilled at hiding from intensity, skilled at convincing themselves they did not need something real. But then your presence began appearing in ways they could not explain. Not physically at first, energetically. A song that reminded them of someone they have never met. A strange feeling during late nights. An unshakable sense that someone important was getting closer. And the deeper this realization grows, the harder it becomes for them to control what they feel. Pause here for a second and think about this. What if someone is already emotionally reacting to your existence before your story with them has even fully started? That is exactly why their emotions feel overwhelming right now. Because your future partner is beginning to recognize something rare about you, something almost impossible to ignore. You carry a presence that disrupts illusions. You awaken honesty in people who have hidden behind masks for years, and they are not prepared for how deeply you affect them. At first, they resisted it. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to focus on routines, conversations, noise, movement. But every distraction somehow led them back to the same feeling. You, not your face, not your voice, your energy. Stay with this message a little longer, because the next part matters more than you realize. There is a hidden reason they are losing emotional control now instead of later. It is because something inside them has finally become exhausted from pretending. Pretending they do not crave a real connection. Pretending they are emotionally unavailable. Pretending they are fine walking through life disconnected from destiny. And the moment they sensed you, even from a distance, their inner world began collapsing in the most unexpected way. Not a destructive collapse, a revealing one. The kind that removes emotional walls piece by piece. They are starting to question everything they once believed about relationships. Suddenly, conversations that used to excite them feel empty. Situations they tolerated now feel meaningless. Even people around them are noticing a shift in their behavior. They seem distracted lately, quieter, more thoughtful, more emotional without understanding why. Because deep inside, they feel someone important approaching their path. You. And here is the part nobody told them. Your energy carries peace and intensity at the same time. That combination is rare. Most people bring excitement without stability or stability without passion. But you were designed to awaken both. That realization is making it impossible for them to stay emotionally neutral anymore. Sometimes they feel excitement, sometimes fear, sometimes overwhelming curiosity. And tonight, all those emotions collided together. That is why they feel restless. That is why their thoughts keep returning to the same invisible pool. If that just named something you have been carrying without words, that specific combination of peace and intensity, the sense that you carry both at once, press like on this video right now. Not as a reaction, as your quiet agreement with what you already know about yourself. One press, and we continue. Right now, someone else is listening to these words who has spent years being told their depth is too much, that they are too intense, that the kind of connection they crave does not actually exist, so they should settle for what is available. They carry peace and intensity too, but no one has ever told them that combination is rare, that it is not a flaw, that it is exactly the thing that will make them impossible for the right person to walk away from. This message exists to reach them before they stop believing. It is true. Your seed here is not just generosity. It is a declaration. When you give from this place, from the part of you that has always carried something real in a world full of performances, you are not just supporting a message. You are making the same choice your future partner is slowly making right now. To stop pretending that depth does not matter. To stop settling for what only looks like connection on the surface, through the link in the description and the pinned comment, or scan the QR. And as you sow, bring your prayer with it. Not a general one. The specific version. The kind you mean when you are fully honest with yourself in the quiet. The connection that finally feels like it matches the depth you have been carrying all along. The person who does not make you shrink to fit. The love that does not ask you to choose between peace and passion because it carries both. Plant that alongside your seed, because what you name with that kind of specific honesty, the universe begins moving toward you. You may not see it yet, but your future connection is already creating movement behind the scenes. Tiny moments are aligning. Unexpected conversations are preparing pathways. Delays are quietly being removed one by one. Nothing about this connection is random, and your future partner is beginning to sense the truth more strongly than ever before. Type 222 in the comments right now. 222 is the number of trust. Trust the process. Trust what is building. Trust the timing even when nothing visible has confirmed it yet. If something in you already knows this connection is real before you can fully explain why type 222, let it be the thing you are declaring over your own situation tonight. Before you scroll away, hear this carefully. The reason this message feels strangely personal is because your energy has already started reaching places your physical presence has not reached yet. That is your power, not force, not control presence. And the more your future partner realizes this, the harder it becomes for them to ignore what is happening inside their heart. But something even more shocking is about to happen next, because soon they will stop trying to escape these feelings and start searching for the source of them. Something unusual is happening right now, and your future partner can no longer hide from it. Even in rooms filled with noise, even during conversations meant to distract them, your presence keeps finding a way into their mind like a signal they cannot turn off. They did not expect this. They truly believed they were in control of their emotions. The kind of person who could walk away from attachment before it became too deep. The kind of person who never allowed anyone to affect their inner world too strongly. But then something changed, and the strangest part is, they cannot explain when it started. Maybe it happened during a quiet moment, late at night. Maybe during a conversation where someone mentioned love and suddenly they went silent. Maybe while staring at the ceiling, feeling that unexplainable emptiness they used to ignore, because now every path inside them seems to lead back to one realization. Someone extraordinary is getting closer to their life. And the closer this realization moves towards certainty, the more emotionally intense everything becomes for them. Listen carefully, because this next part matters. Your future partner is beginning to lose interest in connections that once entertained them. Things that used to feel exciting now feel temporary. People they once chased no longer hold their attention the same way. Why? Because your energy is forcing them to emotionally evolve before they even meet you fully. That is the shocking truth. You are unknowingly becoming the reason they are changing their standards, their habits, even the way they think about commitment. And this transformation is happening quietly, almost invisibly behind the scenes of ordinary life. But not everyone around them understands it. Some people notice they have become distant lately. Others notice they pause in conversations more often. A few have even asked them what has been on your mind recently, and they never know how to answer. Because how do you explain a feeling that arrived before the person did? Stay here for a moment longer, because the next revelation might explain why you have been feeling different too. There is an energetic pool forming between both of you already. Subtle, invisible, but powerful. You may have noticed yourself thinking more deeply lately, reflecting more, feeling emotionally aware in moments that normally would not affect you. That is not coincidence. Connections tied to destiny often begin emotionally before they begin physically. And your future partner is feeling that intensity stronger than ever tonight. At times they try to suppress it. They tell themselves to calm down, to focus on practical things, to stop imagining the future. But then something small happens again. A familiar feeling, a sudden rush of emotion, a moment of silence that somehow feels connected to you. And the cycle starts all over again. The truth is, they are beginning to understand that your arrival may completely change the direction of their life. That realization is overwhelming them. Not because they fear you, but because deep down they know real connections change everything. You do not enter someone's life to leave them unchanged. And your future partner is starting to sense that clearly. Now this is why their emotions feel so unstable lately. Part of them feels excited beyond words. Another part feels vulnerable for the first time in years. And another part wonders whether they are finally approaching the love they secretly hoped existed all along. You might miss the turning point if you leave too early, because something important is unfolding beneath the surface. There is a moment approaching where their resistance finally breaks, a moment where they stop fighting what they feel. Stop pretending the connection is imaginary. Stop acting emotionally detached. And when that moment arrives, their actions will begin changing too. They will start paying closer attention to signs, to timing, to intuition, to the strange sense that fate keeps trying to move them towards someone they have not fully met yet, toward you. And once that realization becomes impossible to deny, nothing inside them will stay the same again. If this message found you at the right time, take a quiet second to breathe it in and leave a comment about what part felt strangely familiar. Someone else reading might realize they are not alone in what they have been feeling lately. Write it. Let it land. And if this energy resonates deeply with you, stay connected for what comes next, because the story unfolding between you and this future person is only beginning to reveal itself. There is something they have not admitted to anyone, yet not to friends, not to family, not even to themselves completely, but tonight the truth became impossible for them to ignore. You are no longer just a passing thought in their mind, you have become a feeling they carry everywhere. And that realization is changing them faster than they expected. For the first time in a long time, they are beginning to imagine a future that feels real instead of temporary. A future with depth, with meaning, with emotional safety. Every time that vision appears in their mind, your energy is somehow connected to it. That is why they feel overwhelmed lately, because people can ignore emotions for only so long before the heart begins speaking louder than logic. And their heart is getting louder every single day. Listen carefully now, because this next part explains why their emotions suddenly became so intense. Your future partner recently experienced a moment that shifted everything internally. It may have looked small on the outside, a conversation, a memory, a quiet realization during an ordinary evening, but internally, something awakened. They suddenly understood that the kind of connection they truly desire cannot be forced, chased, or manufactured. It has to feel aligned, natural, deep, almost magnetic. And the moment they understood that truth, they started feeling pulled toward you with even greater intensity, not because they are losing themselves, but because they are finally finding emotional clarity. You see, before this shift, they were surrounded by distractions, attention from the wrong people, empty excitement, situations that looked meaningful on the surface, but lacked depth underneath. Now those illusions are fading, and once illusions disappear, the soul starts searching for what is genuine. That search is leading them toward you. Wait a little longer because something even more surprising is happening behind the scenes. Your future partner has started changing in ways they barely recognize. Their patience is different now. Their standards are higher now. Their intuition has become stronger. They are beginning to protect their peace. Instead of chasing validation, beginning to value emotional honesty over appearances, beginning to understand that true connection feels calm and powerful at the same time, and without realizing it, they are preparing themselves for you. That is the hidden transformation. Nobody else sees the emotional chaos they feel is not weakness. It is preparation. Every sleepless thought, every moment of reflection, every strange feeling, they cannot explain it, is all shaping them into the version of themselves capable of recognizing your value when the moment finally arrives. And here is what makes this even more intense. Part of them already feels connected to you emotionally, even without proof that feeling scares them, sometimes because deep down they know once they fully accept this connection, there will be no returning to the emotionally disconnected version of themselves they used to be. You were never meant to be just another temporary chapter in someone's life. Your energy carries permanence, and your future partner is beginning to understand that with growing certainty. There are moments now where they suddenly stop whatever they are doing and feel this strange emotional pull, almost like their soul is trying to remember something important before their mind catches up. That is why they feel restless, because destiny often arrives quietly before it arrives visibly. And tonight, they can feel something approaching, not danger, not confusion, change. A meaningful one. You will understand everything at the end of this journey. But for now, the reason your future partner seems emotionally out of control is because their heart has finally encountered a feeling strong enough to break through every wall they spent years building. And once a connection reaches that level, it begins transforming both people, long before they even realize how close they truly are. Soon, the signs around both of you will become impossible to ignore, because the universe is not just preparing a meeting, it is preparing a moment neither of you will ever forget. Type 555 in the comments right now. 555 is the number of transformation, change, arriving, old patterns breaking, something new entering that cannot be stopped if you feel it. That sense that everything around you is quietly rearranging. Type 555, claim it. Let the universe register that you are paying attention. Pay attention to this next part, because your future partner is standing at the edge of a decision that could change everything between you. For days, maybe even longer, they have been trying to act normal on the outside, while an entire emotional storm unfolds. Within them, they smile when expected. They continue routines. They answer conversations, but internally, something keeps pulling their attention away from the ordinary world toward you. And what shocks them most is not the intensity of the feeling. It is how natural it feels. Almost as if some part of them has been waiting for your energy long before either of you understood what was happening. There are moments now where they suddenly feel hopeful without reason. Moments where they imagine a future connection, so vivid, it feels less like imagination and more like memory. That feeling unsettles them in the best possible way, because deep down they are beginning to realize this connection is not built on surface attraction alone. It is recognition, soul-level recognition, and once someone experiences that kind of emotional clarity, pretending becomes impossible. That is why their emotions are overflowing now. Not because they are weak, not because they are confused, but because something real has finally entered their emotional world after a long season of emptiness. Someone else found this message on a night when they had almost stopped believing. Something real was still possible for them, not just love. Something real, the kind that does not perform for an audience, the kind that does not evaporate after the excitement fades. They have been surrounded by things that looked real from the outside, but felt hollow the moment they got close, and tonight, they almost convinced themselves that maybe real is not something that happens for people like them. This message exists to reach them before that thought becomes a decision. Your seed here is not just generosity, it is a declaration. When you give from this place, from the part of you that kept believing in something real, even when real felt like a word other people got to use, you are making the same choice your future partner is making right now, to stop settling for almost, to trust. that what feels genuine is worth moving toward even before it is fully visible. Sometimes faith is not about waiting for another sign. Sometimes it is about responding when something inside you says, "This matters." If this message has met you in a place you have been quietly carrying, you can sow into this space through the link in the description, the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code on your screen. Let your giving be a simple act of agreement with the truth that touched you tonight. You are not paying for an outcome, and you are not trying to force God's timing. You are simply choosing to participate, to support this message, and to keep a space like this available for someone who may need these words. Next, give from a willing heart at whatever level feels right for you. And as you give, carry that one intention with you. God, help me remain open to what you are preparing for me. Subscribe, turn on the bell, stay inside this current. Now listen carefully, your future partner is approaching a turning point. Very soon they will stop treating these emotions like random thoughts and start treating them like guidance. They will trust their intuition more. They will begin paying attention to timing coincidences and the strain, emotional pull, leading them toward a connection they cannot explain logically. That shift changes everything, because once a person stops resisting destiny, movement begins happening fast. Unexpected encounters, unexpected conversations, unexpected opportunities, pieces start aligning in ways neither person could have predicted. And while your future partner still does not fully understand why your energy affects them so deeply, one thing has become unclear in their heart tonight: life before this feeling suddenly seems smaller than the future they are beginning to imagine with you in it. That realization is the reason they are losing emotional control. Now, not because they are falling apart, but because for the first time in years, they are allowing themselves to believe something extraordinary might actually be possible. And this is only the beginning, because the moment your paths finally cross in a meaningful way, every confusing emotion they are experiencing now will suddenly make perfect sense. Something is accelerating now, faster than your future partner expected. What once felt like a quiet emotional curiosity has turned into something impossible for them to silence. Every day the feeling grows stronger. Every night the questions become deeper. And no matter how hard they try to focus on ordinary life, your energy keeps returning like a signal echoing through their thoughts. But here is the part nobody around them understands. They are not just thinking about love anymore. They are thinking about transformation, because ever since they started feeling this connection, something inside them has been evolving rapidly. Old emotional patterns no longer fit who they are becoming. Conversations that once entertained them now feel empty. Even certain friendships and environments suddenly feel out of alignment. Why? Because your presence is awakening a version of them that refuses to settle anymore, and that realization is both beautiful and terrifying to them. There are moments now where they catch themselves imagining details they never used to care about. Peaceful mornings, honest conversations, a future built on emotional trust instead of emotional games. Then suddenly they stop and ask themselves, why does this feel so real already? That question lingers in their mind longer than they admit, because deep inside they already know the answer. Some connections arrive slowly. Others arrive like lightning, hidden inside silence. Yours is the second kind. Wait until the final moment of this message, because something important is being revealed tonight. But first, if you know someone who has been quietly carrying this same feeling, someone who senses a connection approaching but cannot fully explain it yet, share this with them right now while the signal is still warm. Sometimes a message arrives through you before it arrives for them. Send it forward. Your future partner recently reached a point where they almost tried to suppress these emotions completely. They told themselves they were overthinking. They tried to convince themselves it was safer not to feel things this deeply, but the harder they resisted, the stronger the emotional pull became. That is when they realized something shocking. This connection is not draining them suddenly. They started noticing how different they feel emotionally compared to before. More aware, more intentional, more honest with themselves about what they truly want from life. And strangely enough, Every path of self-discovery keeps leading back to the same invisible destination not because you complete them, but because your energy inspires them to become more complete within themselves. That is rare. Most people enter someone's life demanding attention, but your presence creates reflection, growth, clarity. Your future partner can feel that now, even if they cannot fully explain it with words yet and tonight. Something inside them finally broke open, emotionally, not in sadness, in realization. They realize they no longer want shallow experiences pretending to be meaningful. They no longer want temporary attention disguised as connection. They want something lasting, something emotionally safe, something that feels aligned with who they are becoming. For the first time, they allowed themselves to believe that kind of connection might actually exist, and the image their heart keeps returning to is somehow connected to you. Delays that once blocked this connection are quietly disappearing one by one, because some meetings happen by chance, but others feel arranged by something far greater than coincidence. Before this part ends, hear this clearly: your future partner is no longer afraid of feeling deeply. That is the biggest change of all. The person who once hid behind emotional distance is beginning to crave closeness. The person who once avoided vulnerability is beginning to see vulnerability as strength, and the person who once feared losing control is finally understanding that some emotions are meant to be felt fully instead of controlled. That is why everything inside them feels so intense right now, because their heart is preparing for a connection powerful enough to change the direction of both your lives forever, and very soon. The signs between you will become impossible to ignore. Type 1111 in the comments. Right now, 1111 is the manifestation portal. The number that says what you are holding in your heart is already being heard, already being moved toward. If you are ready, not when everything is clear, not when fear has disappeared, but right now, exactly as you are, type 1111. Let the universe register your openness real. That word has been living inside this entire story without being named, not the word they used when they described what they wanted. Real is what they felt when they stopped pretending. Real is what broke through the walls. Spent years building. Real is what arrived after a long season of things that looked meaningful but felt hollow the moment they got close. Real does not begin with finding, it begins with releasing. The moment you stop holding your hands closed, protecting, waiting, saving yourself for a version of this that feels safe enough, is the moment real has room to arrive, because real cannot land in closed hands, it can only land in open ones. There are people still in the middle of the waiting, who do not yet know that what they have been craving is not just possible, it is already in motion, who have spent so long surrounded by things that almost felt real, that they are starting to forget what real actually feels. Like they need to hear what you just heard tonight. This message exists to reach them. If this message has spoken to something real inside you tonight, I want to invite you to respond in a simple, intentional way. If you feel led to sow into this message and this community, you can sow $11, $22, or $111, whatever amount feels right for you and your heart. You can use the link in the description, the pinned comment, or simply scan the QR code on your screen, and as you sow, bring your specific prayer with you. Not because a donation can buy a miracle, but because sometimes an intentional act of giving can become a personal expression of faith, gratitude, and trust in God. So whether it is $11, $22, or $111, give only what you genuinely feel comfortable giving. Bring your prayer with you, release it with faith, and let this moment be your quiet declaration that you are still believing in what God is doing in your life. Type real in the comments, not as a wish, as the word your heart has been reaching toward longer than you have admitted to anyone, as the thing you are now declaring out loud instead of carrying. Alone, type it and let it land in the world. And if this journey continues resonating with your spirit, stay connected to this space, because what is unfolding between you and your future partner is only beginning to reveal itself. Share this with the one person who came to your mind while you listened tonight, because sometimes the message arrives through you before it arrives for them, What found you today may be exactly what they have been waiting to hear.